This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today afternoon update for Friday, May 22nd. I'm Freundel Stuart. Good afternoon. Topping the news, Prime Minister Freundel Stuart is at this hour meeting with other LIAT shareholder governments behind closed doors at the Hilton Hotel for talks on increasing the shareholder base of the financially strapped airline. Emmanuel Joseph is on location and tells us more.
The only CARICOM leaders attending today's meeting are Chairman of the LIAT Shareholder Governments Board, Dr. Ralph Gonzalez of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the host Prime Minister Freundel Stuart. However, all the other shareholder governments are being represented by high-ranking officials. Now, apart from Barbados and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, LIAT is also owned by Antigua and Barbuda and Dominica. Now, this meeting comes at a time when the airline continues to struggle financially. Various recommendations have already been proposed to stabilize and make it profitable. The board itself has already agreed to its own measures, which are being pursued. Certainly, the recent announcement by Dr. Ralph Gonzalez that 2 additional governments, at St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Lucia, have expressed an interest in buying equity in the airline, are more than welcomed. High airfares is also another challenge to intra-regional travel. Now, up to the time of preparing this report, the meeting was still in progress behind closed doors, as they say. Barbados Minister of International Transport, Richard Seeley, is also attending this conference. From the Hilton Barbados, where LIAT shareholder governments are meeting, Emmanuel Joseph for Barbados Today.
The Barbados Employers Confederation says it's not on board with plans for a national strike. Yesterday, the island's top trade union, the Barbados Workers Union, served a notice that the country could be hit with a massive industrial action due to a number of unresolved issues. Union head Tony Moore listed over half a dozen companies in the private and public sectors, which she said had brought the industrial relations climate in the island to a boiling point. But BEC Executive Director Tony Walcott is adamant that such a move in the current economic climate would not be good for the country. He tells Barbados Today while he has not received any official notification from the BWU on its plans, he does not support such a move at this time. Meantime, the BWU is expected to meet with officials of the Barbados Light and Power Company today. The talks are being held in an effort to stave off likely industrial action over what the union says was the unilateral retrenchment of 73 workers.
All these things, and yet the public, and there are elements in our society that would try to make workers seem irresponsible when they reach that breaking point and have to take firm action. So we're hearing now, for instance, that teachers should be included as part of an essential service, and not because the duties they perform are so important to the development of this country and the development of people within this country, but because we must remove the right to strike from teachers. So it is a case where workers, generally, not only teachers, should continue to be pulverized and exploited to the point that they're fairly near death, if not dead, but they're not supposed to respond. They're supposed to take it calmly, stare death in the face like a man and say, "Thank you, Jesus."
In other news, the island's Muslim community says it remains on alert in the face of ongoing international threat posed by the terrorist group ISIS. Secretary of the Barbados Muslim Association, Suleiman Bulbulia, gave the assurance yesterday during a reception for leaders and representatives of the local Christian community. He says as far as he's aware, there is no ISIS threat to Barbados at present, but officials are taking no chances.
Work hand in hand with the to branch the police force on issues like this, where there's any concerns of anyone or individuals moving in that direction. We have not had it so far in Barbados. We have heard about it in the region, in the other islands. We have not had it here, thank God so far. But we remain vigilant, we remain proactive on it, and we ensure that our younger generation, or anyone for that matter, do not promote those type of ideas here. For it to attack themselves.
Students across the island are at this hour taking in the exhibits of this year's Barbados Manufacturers Exhibition at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center. Yesterday, Barbados Today caught up with some of the exhibitors ahead of today's opening.
My product is household mats, bath mats, rugs and carpets. I also do clothing. My items are made from natural materials, wools, and I knit with 2 pins. I got the idea basically from my grandmother, who taught me rag mat making, you know, from old clothes and crocus bags, and it developed from there. The whole concept of the Cookie Crew is to help persons in the community to generate income for their own households by making the rugs and sellings.
We are one delegation from Guyana, and we operate under the Guyana Office for Investment. This whole venture was collaborated, and we were coordinated here by the Guyana Office for Investment, and we were able to come. Actually, it's a group of small businesses put together to showcase Guyana under one roof, so to speak, and here we are.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
BMEX 2015. We strengthen links and partnerships, support local and by Bajan at BMEX 2015. May 22nd to 25th, 10 till 10 daily at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center. So much fun for the family. We have entertainment nightly, food, furniture, fashion, deco, design and construction. There's even a kiddies junction, something for everyone. We strengthen links and partnerships, support local and by Bajan at BMEX.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
On the regional scene, Guyana's opposition People's Progressive Party Civic continues to press for the resignation of GCOM's chairman and a review of the recent general election results.
Right now we're calling for what we think is a legitimate demand that we've had, that we have presented to the Elections Commission incontrovertible evidence that many of the statements of polls were false, and that's why we demanded a count of the polls. And the government that is being in place now does not, in our view, reflect the will of the Guyanese people.
And finally, at least 10 people reportedly lost their lives in a suicide bombing at a mosque in Saudi Arabia's eastern province. According to emergency doctors, at least 70 others were also injured. The attack is the first such incident in Saudi Arabia amid rising tension in the wider region between Sunni and Shia Muslims. And on that note, we come to the end of our afternoon update, but we'll be back again this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals and screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. We're also on channel 101 on 9TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Freundel Stuart. Have a wonderful day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.